Hello everyone, welcome to Brain Blitz Audios. Today in this episode of BITSAT question papers, we're going to be looking at some questions of logical reasoning which were asked in BITSAT 2018. So logical reasoning is one of the many sections of subjects that are asked in BITSAT and other exams, so therefore the best way to prepare for these kind of questions is to look at previous year questions and finding out their solutions. So with that in mind, let's look at our first question. This question is from coding and decoding. In a code language, if regains is coded as QDFZHMR, then the word periods will be coded as one of the four options. So in order to understand how to code the word periods, we need to understand how the word regains was coded. So for that, we will first write the word regains in block letters, and we'll write the code directly under it. So that's Q, D, F, Z, H, M, R. Now notice that the letter Q comes before the letter R. The letter D comes before the letter E, and so on. So the relation here is the previous letter is used for that particular spot. The only exception here is with A and Z, because since A is the first letter, we move on to the last letter of the alphabet, that is Z. So that is how we code the word regains. So now we know the relation between the word and its code. Let's apply that to periods. So P-E-R-I-O-D-S. So now we will take the previous letter. So O comes before P, D comes before E, Q comes before R, H comes before I, N comes before O, C comes before D, and R comes before S. So the correct code for periods is ODQHNCR. And if you look at the options, you can see that option C is the correct answer. The other codes have at least one discrepancy. So in option A, H and N are inverted. The positions of H and N are inverted, so that's incorrect. In option B, there is an extra D here, which makes it incorrect. And in option D, CR and RC, CR is changed to RC, which is also incorrect. So the correct answer, the correct code is option C, ODQHNCR for the word periods. And the code, and the way to find out this code is to take the previous letter in the alphabet. Next question. If 5 hashtag 6 is 121 and 10 hashtag 8 is 324, then you need to find the value of 23 hashtag 14. So basically, we need to find out what combination of operations gives us 121 from 5 and 6. We know that addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division all by itself will not give us this result. So 5 hashtag 6 is 121. Now remember that 121 is a perfect square. So 121 can be written as 11 squared, and we also know that 11 is 5 plus 6. So 5 plus 6 the whole square is the result of the operation hashtag. And if you want to prove that again, then you can just take 10 plus 8 the whole square, that is 18 squared, and 18 squared is actually equal to 324. So therefore, we know that the operation hashtag represents the sum of the square of the sum of the two numbers. So now we need to find out the value of 23 hashtag 14. So 23 hashtag 14 is 23 plus 14 the whole squared, which is 37 squared. So we'll find out 37 squared. 7 sevens are 49. 3 sevens are 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. 7 threes are 21. 3 threes are 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So 9 plus 0 is 9, 5 plus 1 is 6, 2 plus 1 is 3, and then you have 1. So therefore 37 squared is 1369. So that means among the 4 options, it is clear that option A is the correct option. The trick here is to find out the relation between the 3 numbers. We now understood that 121 is the square of the sum of the 2 numbers 5 and 6, and we're going to use the same methodology here to find out the value of 23 hashtag 14, which we have found out to be 1369. Next question. Which of the following cubes in the answer figure cannot be made based on the unfolded cube in the question figure? So we have a cube's net shown to us, and we need to find out which of the cubes is not possible. So remember, the important word here isn't the unfolded cube or the following cubes in the answer figure, it's the word cannot. So basically, we need to find out a cube which cannot be made using the given net. Now, let's look at each options in order to find out which of these is incorrect. Let's look at option A. So in option A, the intersecting lines go at the top, and on the right side you have the dollar sign, and at the front you have the concentric circles. And when you do fold this cube, it is possible. The reason being that these 3 sides are adjacent to each other. So therefore option A is feasible. And because option A is feasible, it is incorrect. What about option D? Well, option D has the cross at the intersecting lines at the top, and it has the concentric circles on the right, and it says that the asterisk, the 5-pronged asterisk, will be in the front. So even that is possible, because once we fold this net, the cross is at the top, the @ symbol is at the bottom, and then the dollar is at the front, so the hashtag is at the right, the concentric circles is at the left, and the 5-pronged asterisk will come behind. So the 5-pronged asterisk will come close to the concentric circles. It comes to the left of the concentric circles, so therefore this particular cube is possible. So that means option D is incorrect. The reason why it's incorrect, because it is possible, it is feasible. Now, what about option 3? We have hashtag, dollar sign, and @. So as you can see, these 3 are close together. They are adjacent to each other, and when we just flip the cube in one particular direction, we can take the hashtag on top, and when we take the hashtag on top, the dollar sign comes right below it at the front, and the @ sign goes to the right. So therefore this cube is also feasible, so that means option C is incorrect. So we now know that options A, C, and D are feasible, so that means the only figure which cannot be made is option B. So B is the correct answer, because it's the cube that cannot be made. Let's look why. When we fold this net into a cube, the face, which involves the @ sign, the hashtag, and the 5-pronged asterisk, will look something like this. So this is the front face, this is the top face, and this is the side face. So when we take the @ face at the top, the 5-pronged asterisk comes at the front, and the hashtag goes to the side. However, in option B, the order is inverted, and this cube can only be possible if the asterisk goes in the position where the hashtag is present. So that makes this particular option incorrect, because this can only be possible in a different net, and the net here does not support option B. So therefore option B cannot be made, and that's why it is the correct answer. Let's look at a question. This is strikingly close to Venn diagrams and relations. Which one of the following diagram represents the correct relationship among professor, male, and female? Well, if we look at the three categories, we know that male and female are the two genders, and professor is a job title. And any job can have both males and females. So, and we also know that there are plenty of people around the world who are not professors as well. So, professors can be both male and female, but all males and females cannot be professors. So that means the correct diagram in here would be option A. Because over here you can see that we can take the smaller rectangle to be professors and the larger two rectangles to be males and females. So professors are made of males and females, but then there are males and females who are not professors as well. So this diagram represents the correct relationship. In B, it says that there are some males who are professors, there are some females who are professors, and there are some who do not belong to either of them, which is incorrect. And in option C, it says that professors are completely different from males and females, which is also incorrect. And in option D, again, it exhibits something similar to option B, so that also is incorrect. So that means the correct relationship is shown by diagram A, because professor refers to a job, and any job can be done by both males and females, so therefore it is inclusive among both of those, and it does not have members who are not males or females. So that means option A is the correct option. Now, select the related letter, word, or number from the given alternatives. Distance is to odometer, as dash is to barometer. We have humidity, pressure, thickness, wind. Now, what is the relation between distance and odometer? The relation is that distance in a car, so the distance traveled by a car, is measured by an odometer. So that means the barometer is an instrument that measures something, and that something is what we need to find out. Let's look at the four options. Humidity is measured by a hygrometer. So that means option A is incorrect. Wind is measured by an anemometer. So that means option D is incorrect. And option C, thickness, can be measured by a scale or a vernier caliper or a screw gauge. There are various instruments such as that, but then barometer is not one of those instruments, so that means option C is incorrect. The correct answer is option B, which is pressure. So pressure is measured by the barometer, as distance is measured by the odometer. So that's the relation, the correct relation from the given alternatives. Option B is the correct option. Now, the next question. Find the odd word, letters, number pair, or number from the given alternatives. We have 24 related with 1614, 270 related to 569, 120 related to 4325, and 162 related to 6930. So let's look at both of these numbers. We can now, let's consider the left side to be a single number, 24, 270, 120, and 162. And let's take the right-hand side as a collection of numbers which do not represent a single number. So 1614, 569, and so on. So we need to find the relation between 24 and 1614, or a relation that binds three of these pairs and not the fourth pair. Now, when we take 24 and multiply the digits on the right-hand side, you get 1 into 6 into 1 into 4. So 1 times 6 is 6, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 4 is 24. So this relation is correct. Now let's look at the next relation. It's 270. So 5 times 6 gives you 30, and 30 times 9 gives you 270. So that's correct too. Now let's look at 4 into 3 into 2 into 5. So 4 into 3 into 2 into 5. 4 3s are 12, 2 5s are 10. 12 times 10 gives you 120. So even C is having the same relation. Now what about D? 162. So let's take 6 times 9, so that's 54 times 3. So let's take 54 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 3s are 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. But then you also multiply this by 0. And anything multiplied by 0 equals 0. So that means 6390 cannot be related with 162. So option D is the odd number pair from the given alternatives. All the other options are related by the fact that the product of the digits of the right number pair, the right side of the number pair, equals the left side. So that's 1 into 6 into 1 into 4 gives you 24. 5 into 6 into 9 gives you 270. 4 into 3 into 2 into 5 gives you 120. But for option D, since there is a 0 on the right hand side, the product becomes 0. So that makes option D the odd number pair. Now, choose the correct alternatives. Choose the correct alternatives from the given ones that will complete the series. So this here is a letter series, and we need to find out which of these letter sets will complete the series in such a way that it is legible or understandable. Now, normally in these kinds of questions, letter series are repetitive. So for example, you'll have stuff like ABC, 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 or you'll have something like D, E, F, F, E, D, D, E, F, F, E, D, and so on. So these are the kinds of series that you usually get. And over here, you can see that the pattern of the letters starts with L and also ends with L. So that means whatever the series is that begins with it's being reversed as we move down the series. And we also notice that over here, this one half of the series ends with O. And we also notice that the other letters are M and N. So they are also present. So the letters here are L, M, N, and O. So this series here is basically the series LMNO, ONML, LMNO, ONML. So let's fill the other letters in here so as to complete the series. So we need an M here, we need an O here, we need an N here, we need an N here, and we need an N here. So 3 N's, an O, and an M. So therefore, option D, MONN, is the correct option. If you put in the other options, then there is no continuity, there is no pattern. So if you were to put M, N, and an O, then it would look odd. So for these kinds of questions, it's a good idea to put in the options and see which of them makes sense. And you can also use the method that letter series are usually repetitive, and so therefore you can find a pattern without having to put in the options. But if you are stuck, then you can start putting in the options, and sooner or later one of the options will click a pattern. And that's how you solve letter series. Let's look at another question. Choose the correct alternatives from the given ones that will complete the series. This one is a number series. 22, 26, 53, 69, 194. We find the next number. So, how do we find the next number? Well, it's a good idea to find a relation between the numbers, and the way to do that is to find their differences first. So 22 and then 26. So there is a difference of 4. 26 and then 53. Let's erase that. Okay, and we need to subtract 53 from 26. 26 from 53, sorry. 13 minus 6 gives you 7. 4 minus 2 gives you 2. So we have a difference of 27. Now from 53 to 69, 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. So we have a difference of 16. And let's find the difference between 194 and 69. 194, 69. 14 minus 9 is 5. 8 minus 6 is 2. And then there is a 1. So there's a difference of 125 here. And we need to find the next number. So how do we relate the differences that are given here? Well, if you notice, 4 is usually represented as 2 squared, and 27 is 3 cubed. Similarly, 16 is 4 squared, and 125 is 5 cubed. So basically, you are, adding alternate squares and cubes of natural numbers. So the even numbers are squared, and the odd numbers are cubed. And that's how the series continues. So since the last, number, that's 194, had a difference of 5 cubed with the previous number, the next number will have a difference of 6 squared with 194. So 194 plus 6 squared will give you the question mark. 6 squared is 36. So 194 plus 36. So 4 plus 6 gives you 10. So 194 plus 6 gives you 200. 200 plus 30 gives you 230. So therefore 230 is the correct answer. So I forgot to put in the options, so that 230 is A, 260 is B, 250 is C, and 245 is D. And among the following options, it's clear that option A is the correct number that will complete the series. Now, let's select the missing number from the given responses. So we have, figures like these where you need to find out the relation between the outer numbers that gives us the inner number. So in this case, we need to find a relation between 1, 2, 3, and 5 that gives us 41. So let's start off. Let's use simple mathematical operators in order to, find out an answer. Now let's start off with multiplication because that gives us the highest reply, the highest amount. So 1 into 3 into 5 into 2. 3 5s are 15. 5 2s are 30. That's no good. Addition will also be of no good because 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So the product of all the 4 numbers gives you 30, and the sum of all the 4 numbers gives you 11. But remember, the number inside is 41, and 30 plus 11 gives you 41. So that means the relation here for the second, number series, it will be 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, 4 into 6, plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. So it's the product of the 4 numbers added to the sum of the 4 numbers that will give us the number in the center. So 2 into 3 is 6. Let's say 3 into 4 is 12. 2 into 6 is 12. 12 times 12 is 144. And similarly, 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. So 144 plus 15 gives you 159, which is, what is given here. So we now know that this is the correct relation. Now let's use this relation and find out the missing number in the third figure. So it is 3 into 4 into 9, into 8 into 9 added to 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9. So 3 4s are 12, 9 8s are 72. Let's multiply them. 2 2s are 4, 7 2s are 14. 2 1s are 2, 7 1s are 7. You have 4, you have 6, and you have 8. 864. 3 plus 4 gives you 7, 7 plus 8 gives you 15, 15 plus 9 gives you 24. So now you have 864 plus 24. And when you add them up, 4 plus 4 gives you 8, 6 plus 2 gives you 8, and then there's an 8 already. So therefore, option A, 888, is the correct answer. All the other answers are incorrect because they do not come out of this particular relation that we've just found out for the other two figures. So option A is correct. Now that concludes this episode of BITSAT Practice. We hope you found this episode interesting. For more of our useful and interesting content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That's Brain Blitz Audios. If you want to access more of our BITSAT content, don't forget to click the link in the description box down below. And for getting our latest updates, hit the bell icon that is present below the video. So until the next episode, take care, stay safe, bye-bye for now.